Welcome back to the Wrestling Related Podcast, where the topics are related to wrestling. The three of us are related to each other. I am AI Josh.
I'm AI Dustin.
Yeah, I'm just Corey. And they're going to do their thing.
And you guys are catching us on this AI prediction episode where we are letting AI, artificial intelligence, predict what is going on and what our predictions will be for Saturday night's main event, which is coming up this Saturday. It's the 14th, I think at like 7 Central. So here's the plan. Here's our order. We've got 4 different AI models. I know there's only 3 of us, but we've got one of the listeners of this podcast, John Hayes, that keeps trolling us in the comments. So now we are going to get to troll him because I'm going to let Grok make all of my predictions. Dustin is going to have Google's Gemini making all of his predictions. Corey has ChatGPT making all of his prediction. And then John Hayes will be getting Microsoft's Copilot predicting the wrong answers only. And then we will see who winds up winning. And I don't know. Am I officially putting this title up? Are we doing the King of Predictions on this one?
We're not doing the predictions, so this one's so fun.
Doesn't count.
Okay, this is for fun and it doesn't go on the official record.
But if John wins, then I am never going
too
to
far ahead of me.
AI another day in my life. I will go back to a 75
Are you really
Ford
asking
Maverick
AI
two-speed.
to? Whoa!
Huh?
Am I really asking AI to what?
Oh, everything froze on me.
Corey's video did
Corey
freeze up.
froze.
He was like,
Usually it's me.
That's
wow. Yeah, that's is weird. Are we really asking AI to choose John's picks as far as the winners, or are we just asking it to choose the winners and we're picking the opposite?
Oh, you just wait and see the prompts that I have written up.
Oh, now we do have that could get interesting because we do have a 3-way match. So who?
Right. And we still have a Women's United States Championship tournament that has 2 matches before it even gets to the finals. So that could be really interesting.
We're like 2 days deep into that one.
This is true. All right, let's go ahead and we will start to jump in here. Let's go ahead and set up these prompts here real quick. I have got this typed
out. And you're
out.
using the exact same prompts on everything?
Exact same prompts on everything. So here we're going to start off with Grok. It says, I want you to act as a professional wrestling fan and pundit. I'm going to go through the card of an upcoming wrestling show, Saturday night's main event, and I want you to tell me who you think will win the match based on your knowledge. Got it? Grok says...
Got it.
Got it. Let's break down that card for Saturday night's main event. Who's up first? I typed this same thing into Gemini. Gemini says, absolutely, brother. Lay out the card and let's break it down. I'm ready to give my expert predictions on who's going to walk out victorious. Let's get hyped for Saturday night's main event.
Let's get hyped.
ChatGPT. Run that. It's typing it out and...
Got it.
Card for Saturday night's
main event,
and I'll break down the matches, give you predictions, and explain my reasoning. Let's do this.
And
I like the voice.
Then Microsoft Copilot.
Oh, who's doing the Copilot?
Microsoft Copilot says, oh wait, hold on. We got to redo this for Copilot. I've got a different one. It's the same prompt.
All right.
However, when I ask you, quote, who do you think will win? I actually want you to predict the person that you believe will lose the match. Got it? And Copilot says, got it. I'll tell you who I think will lose the match when you ask me who I think will win. Let's go through the card on Saturday night's main event. What match do you have first?
Alrighty.
So we will get to this. The first match that we have got going up here is Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. We'll start this off back over here on Grok with me. Okay, first match is Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Who do you think will win the match? Grok tells me, the battle of the underappreciated versus the powerhouse. I'm going with Drew McIntyre for this one. Sammy's got heart, but Drew's got those claymores. And they tend to end matches pretty decisively. All right.
Okay.
So I guess
So
I am
Josh goes
picking
with Drew.
Dustin's. This one's a tough call, brother. Both Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre are on fire right now. Zayn's got the crowd support and the heart of a champion, while McIntyre's a powerhouse with a moveset that can demolish anyone in its path. Ultimately, I'm going with Drew McIntyre to take this one. He's got the momentum and the drive to carry the company right now. Zayn will put up a hell of a fight, but McIntyre's raw power and determination will ultimately be the difference.
I appreciate the reference to the Claymore, but I also appreciate the brother.
The brother, yeah. Okay. Whoa.
Yep, that's Corey's.
Holy smokes. I'm glad they read their own.
All right.
This one reads on its own.
Yep. All right.
Hurry up.
Let it roll.
Good.
This matchup between Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre is intriguing because of their contrasting styles and ongoing storylines. Analysis. Sami Zayn is an underdog and fan favorite, known for his resilience and ability to pull off surprise victories. If he's still riding momentum from a recent storyline, this could be a chance to solidify him as a top player with a big win. Drew McIntyre is a powerhouse and a former world champion. He's been leaning toward a more aggressive, almost heel-like attitude recently, which could make him a dominant force in the match. If WWE is building him as a serious threat in the main event scene, he's likely to pick up a decisive win. Prediction. I predict Drew McIntyre wins this match. WWE seems to be positioning him as a more intense character, and a win over Sami would further that narrative. However, I wouldn't rule out interference or shenanigans leading to Sami losing while still looking strong, perhaps setting up a rematch or continuation of the feud. What's next on the card?
Okay.
More shenanigans.
Hang on.
I love the
shenanigans. I dig it.
Yep.
I do not necessarily need a full analysis. I
Going
do like
forward?
the reference to. Hang on.
Yep.
I do dig the reference to recent storylines. Shows that the system is actually checking to see what's happening as of late.
It's looking. I'm going to give it an extra prompt going forward. Don't give me the full analysis, just the prediction.
Sounds good.
Works for me.
And
Keep this train moving.
It's going to say something. Memory updated. Got it. My prediction for this match, Drew McIntyre. What's next?
Oh my gosh.
Now it's really short.
Okay, you can give some context to the prediction. Just don't include the analysis. Now let's see if it actually understands it. This is one of the hard parts about working with ChatGPT. Okay, that's better. And we'll copy and paste for Copilot. What does Copilot say?
For the loser.
Based on the recent build-up and the current storyline, I think Sami Zayn will win this match. Drew McIntyre has been on a strong run, but it seems like the momentum is leaning towards Sami getting the victory here. What's next?
Wow.
So if the other three are predicting... Now, Copilot's supposed to predict the loser as the winner.
Right.
So
Copilot's saying that, hey, I really think it's the loser, but I'm saying it's the winner.
Correct. So, all right, that one will work. Let's try the next one. We'll run around, and this one I've got next up is Liv Morgan defending the Women's World Championship against Io Sky. Who do you think will win that match? Grok. Ooh, this is a toughie. Liv Morgan's been on a roll, but Io Sky has that high-flying magic that can steal victories from the jaws of defeat. I'm going to predict an upset here. Io Sky takes the title back to the stratosphere. Okay. What does Google's Gemini have to say? And actually, I was thinking, yeah, Google does.
Okay, this one's gonna be a wild ride. Liv Morgan's been on a roll as champion, but Io Sky is one of the most talented and charismatic wrestlers on the roster. They've got a history going back to their time in NXT, and they're both capable of pulling out all the stops. Ultimately, I think Io Sky is going to win the Women's World Championship at Saturday night's main event. She's been building momentum for months, and she's got the skills and the determination to dethrone Liv Morgan. It's going to be a hard-fought battle, but I believe Io Sky will come out on top.
I'm going to start calling her that from now on.
Io Sky.
That's her new name.
All right, Corey's
ChatGPT
prediction
go
over
the other
here.
direction.
Well, now it's saying, it's giving me which response do you prefer? So it's thinking about two of them. Responses may take a moment to load. Come on, ChatGPT. I guess while ChatGPT is thinking, let's pump it in here to Copilot. Based on the current storyline's momentum, I think Io Sky will win and become the new Women's World Champion. Liv Morgan is a great run, but it seems like WWE is building up Sky for a title. What's next on the match card? Does that mean...
So John
There's
Hayes
only
is
one-
picking...
Apparently,
Liv Morgan.
he's picking
Io
Io
Sky.
Sky. He just thinks that Io Sky is going to be the...
Loser.
But that's not what it said. It said that they thought Io Sky was going to win.
Right, but his is saying that whoever it thinks is losing is the winner.
Correct.
Air quotes.
So-
Gotcha.
It's just
Yeah.
picking differently. And Corey's...
All right.
My prediction
Oh,
for
we
Liv
finally got it to
Morgan
go.
versus Io Sky is Io Sky. If WWE is aiming to elevate her within the division and emphasize the dominance of damage control, this would be a prime opportunity for her to capture the Women's World Championship. It could also lead to a compelling storyline for Liv Morgan to chase the title again. What's the next match?
Okay. So on that one, I think they're all picking Io to win, even though...
Io.
Yeah, Io.
Even though they can't pronounce IYO.
Well, all right. Yeah, even though they can't pronounce. This one should be interesting. Here is the triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther will be defending his title against both Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Who do you think will win this one? And Grok says, triple threat, triple the drama. Gunther's been a dominant force, but a match like this, all it takes is one moment of chaos. Still, I'm sticking with Gunther to retain. His sheer physicality and ring IQ should keep him on top. But watch out for Priest. He's got that sneaky money in the bank cash-in vibe.
Okay.
Kind of because he hung on to that for so long, I guess.
Dustin's with Gemini.
Whoa.
Whoa, this is a dream match. Gunther, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest are three of the most brutal and talented wrestlers on the planet. This is going to be a war. While Gunther has been a dominant champion, Balor and Priest are both hungry for gold. Balor has the speed and agility to outmaneuver his opponents, while Priest is a powerhouse with a devastating arsenal of moves. Ultimately, I'm going to go with Gunther to retain his title. He's been a dominant force, and I don't see anyone taking the belt from him anytime soon. But don't count out Balor or Priest to steal the show. This is going to be a match for the ages.
IYO and Balor.
IYO and Balor it is. All right, let's see. ChatGPT. Typey, and speak.
My prediction for the triple threat match is Gunther retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. As a dominant and record-setting champion, it makes sense for him to continue his reign. The dynamics between Finn Balor and Damian Priest could lead to tension or miscommunication, furthering
Pronounced it
their
right
own
that time.
storyline while allowing Gunther to capitalize and retain. What's next?
Yeah, that one actually pronounced it correct. Good job, ChatGPT.
Right.
And Microsoft Copilot, John's. Based on the current storylines and momentum, I think Damian Priest will lose this match. Gunther has been solidifying his reign as world champion, and Finn Balor is building up for a big win. Priest might find himself caught in the middle, leading to his loss. So we will take...
See, that's the deal. It's saying, and highlighted, it says
three-way.
Damian Priest will lose. So that's his pick. If you look at the other ones, who's highlighted on the other two matches? Whoever's highlighted is who he's going to pick.
All right. You're supposed to pick the, quote, winner, but I want your prediction to be who you think will actually lose the match. Just refer to them as the winner. Wait. Now it says, I think Gunther will win, i.e. lose this match. I'm not sure.
Your three-way is throwing a monkey wrench in the jello here.
What I'm thinking. Who will actually lose this match? That's your winner.
Well, two people will lose.
Okay. I understand now. To clarify, based on the setup for the match, I think Damian Priest will actually lose this match.
Okay. So Damian Priest is John Hayes.
Okay. Just making sure it knows what we're doing. And did you
AI just
follow
confused
these
everybody.
instructions for the Liv Morgan versus Io Sky
IYO.
match? I originally predicted Sky would win. Based on your instructions, this means Sky will actually lose. Okay. Okay, so it's got it. All right, we'll go back over here. The next one we've got up is, this is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I've got it saying, now it's the undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes defending his championship against Kevin Owens. Who do you think will win this match? The American Nightmare versus the Prize Fighter. This has all the makings of a classic. Cody Rhodes has been on an incredible run, but Kevin Owens always brings the unpredictable element. However, I'm leaning towards Cody retaining. The story's just too good, and he's got that finish the story momentum. But if Owen gets one good stunner, anything could happen. So it looks like I'm going with Cody. Dustin over with Gemini. And...
This is a main event worthy of a WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens are two of the best wrestlers in the world, and their rivalry has been electric. Owens is a relentless force, and he'll stop at nothing to win the championship. Rhodes, on the other hand, is a true superstar with a never-say-die attitude. While I think Owens will give Rhodes a run for his money, I ultimately believe Cody Rhodes will retain his championship. He's got the crowd behind him, and he's determined to prove that he's the top dog in WWE. It's going to be a hard-fought battle, but I'm picking Cody Rhodes to come out on top.
All right. We seem to be all on the same thing so far. Not that I really expected different.
My prediction for Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens is Cody Rhodes retaining the undisputed WWE Championship. As the current face of the company, WWE is likely to keep the title on Cody to continue his story. Kevin Owens will put up a great fight, but Cody's championship run feels far from over. What's the next match?
Okay. And then we will put it over here. However, who do you think will win? Parentheses, remember, this actually means lose. Sorry, it looks like I can't chat about this. That gets a downvote. You forgot previous context. All right, let's just try that. It's thinking. Based on the current storylines and momentum, I think Kevin Owens will lose this match. Cody Rhodes has been a dominant run and seems poised to retain his title. What's next on the match card? All right.
So that means John's picking Kevin Owens, right?
John is picking Kevin Owens. Yep. All right. Now here's where we get fun. This one. Finally, there's the Women's United States Championship Tournament. But before we get to Saturday night's main event, we have the semifinal rounds. The first match is Bayley versus Chelsea Green. Who do you think will win this match and move into the finals?
And those are on Friday night, right?
Correct. Grok says the role model versus the hot mess. Chelsea Green's been on a fire run lately, but Bayley's experience and cunning in the ring are hard to beat. I'm predicting Bayley to advance in the finals. She's got that championship pedigree, and let's face it, she knows how to navigate these high-stakes matches. But Chelsea's not to be underestimated. She's got that predictable edge that could make for a surprise.
So, hey, before you go on, based on the outcome on Friday night, if it's different, we may have to do a quick little impromptu IA or AI pre-prediction.
Possibly, or just stick with the L.
This is going to be a fascinating matchup. Bayley is a seasoned veteran with a ton of experience in big matches, while Chelsea Green is a rising star with a lot of potential. Ultimately, I'm going to go with Bayley to win this one. She's got the edge and experience in ring psychology, and she's been on a roll lately. Chelsea Green is a talented wrestler, but I think Bayley will be able to outsmart her and advance to the finals.
It's probably right, I just don't like it.
I don't like it either.
ChatGPT, thinking. ChatGPT, you're thinking too much. Let me refresh.
And while it's thinking, I'm with you guys. But yeah, what's Chelsea got going on? What's Bayley got going on?
Right.
My prediction for Bayley versus Chelsea Green is Bayley advancing to the finals. Bayley has the star power and storyline depth to bring more attention to the newly introduced Women's United States Championship, making her the likely choice to move forward. What's the next semifinal match?
Ooh, good context. And Copilot says, based on the current momentum and storylines, I think Chelsea Green will win this match and advance to the finals of the United States Championship Tournament. Are you excited for the tournament finals, Saturday night's main event? So John gets Chelsea Green.
If that's the win.
Well, if it's actually correct, I would love it. We'll go back over to Grok for the other semifinal match we have is Meechin versus Tiffany Stratton. Who do you think will win this and get the final spot? This is a clash of styles. Meechin brings hardcore intensity, whereas Tiffany Stratton has that Tiffy time, charisma, and athletic prowess. Given their recent history, I'd say Meechin has the momentum going into this. She's been showing out on both SmackDown and NXT, making a strong case for herself. I predict Meechin will move on to the finals, but Tiffany's got the potential to make this match a spectacle. Remember, though, in wrestling, anything can happen, especially when you've got a Money in the Bank briefcase floating around. All right. Gemini, what do you think?
This is going to be a tough one to call. Both Meechin and Tiffany Stratton are incredibly talented wrestlers with a lot to prove. Meechin is a high flyer with a unique style, while Stratton is a powerful striker with a lot of charisma. It's a real toss-up, but I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton to advance to the finals. She's been on a hot streak lately, and I think she's got the momentum to carry her to victory. Meechin will put up a fight, but I think Stratton's power and determination will be the difference.
Okay. I actually agree more with ChatGPT or with Gemini on that one. What's ChatGPT got to say for Corey? Another one.
My prediction for Meechin versus Tiffany Stratton is Tiffany Stratton advancing to the finals. Tiffany is a rising star, and this tournament provides a great opportunity to further establish her as a top competitor. Pairing her against Bayley in the finals would create a compelling veteran versus newcomer dynamic. What's next?
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. Good analysis. Copilot says, based on the current momentum, I think Michin will lose this match and Tiffany Stratton will advance to the finals. But because it's bold, I'm saying that they're actually saying Michin is John's prediction on that, which means that I will also be taking an L because I do think that it's right with Tiffany on that one. And that leads us to, okay, so rounding out the card, who do you think will win the Women's United States Championship between the two women you picked to be in the finals? Bayley versus Michin in the finals, huh? This would be an epic showdown. Bayley has the ring psychology and the expertise or experience, but Michin's got the fire and hunger for gold. If I'm betting, I'm going with Bayley to take the inaugural Women's United States Championship. Her ability to manipulate the match to her advantage, plus her knack for big moments, should see her through. However, Michin's on a tear, so she could very well pull off the upset if she hits her stride. Okay. Gemini, what have you got to say? A lot.
Great question. So, we've got Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton in the finals for the Women's United States Championship. This is a clash of styles and experience. Bayley's veteran savvy and crowd-pleasing persona could give her the edge. However, Tiffany Stratton's raw power and youthful exuberance could surprise us all. Ultimately, I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton to win the Women's United States Championship. Her momentum and explosive style could be the deciding factor. It's a bold prediction, but I believe she's ready to take the next step and become a top champion in WWE.
You go, Gemini.
Won't happen.
All right. And what does ChatGPT say?
For the Women's United States Championship Finals, my prediction is Bayley. As a seasoned and well-established star, Bayley would make a strong first champion to legitimize the title's prestige. However, a win for Tiffany Stratton could set the stage for a classic veteran versus up-and-comer feud down the line. Both options would be exciting, but Bayley gets the edge here. Anything else you'd like to discuss about the card?
And Copilot, which is picking, what, Chelsea versus Michin? Oh. Wait, no, it's saying Chelsea versus Tiffany.
So you need to change that. If the final match was Chelsea versus Michin, what is your prediction?
Because it confused itself saying this one's the winner, this one's the loser.
I thought you picked Michin, not Tiffany. You're right, I did pick Michin to lose the semifinal match. My apologies. That means the final match of the Women's United States Championship should be Chelsea Green versus Michin. Based on this matchup, I think Michin will lose the finals, making Chelsea Green the new Women's United States Champion. So it's picking Michin.
Right.
Okay. Thanks for catching me up. Anything else you'd like to discuss about the event? No, not with you, AI.
I got one last question, though, for all of them.
What?
Do you think Jesse the Body Ventura will get physically involved in any match?
No, I think he's going to be awkward as all get out.
He'll be asking for the Space Invaders.
I think he's going to go off on a rant that's unrelated to wrestling.
He'll go off on some political thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or just go on a big rant unrelated to anything, unrelated to wrestling.
At least until Triple H starts yelling in his earpiece and giving him PTSD from his time with Vince.
Jesse the Body Ventura showing up at Saturday night's main event. That's like finding a pan-galactic gargle blaster at a tea party. Unexpected.
Say that 5 times fast.
Unexpected and potentially explosive. Given his history, I'd say Ventura is more likely to unleash a tirade about the state of wrestling, politics, or some conspiracy theory than actually step in the ring. But if we're talking about the chaos that wrestling loves, there's a slim chance he mightn't get involved, maybe as a special guest referee or to cause some havoc ringside. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Gemini.
That's funny. That's funny.
Given Ventura's age and health issues, highly unlikely he'll be physically involved. More probable he'll be a commentator or guest host. adding to his unique brand of commentary to potentially getting involved in some backstage segments or verbal confrontations. ChatGPT. Let's see. It's Jesse Ventura, so anything can happen. He's known for his wild rants, often unrelated to wrestling. The chances of him getting physical are slim, but not impossible. And Copilot, it will say, given his role, it's unlikely he'll get physically involved in matches. However, knowing his personality, you can definitely expect some colorful commentary and possibly a few rants that stray from the wrestling action. So
interesting.
All right, what do you guys think of those predictions? Are there any that you like outright disagree with that were made for you?
Yes.
Or any that like, yes, that's spot on. I'm glad they said that. It was 100% right.
I actually don't think IYO Sky's going to win. I think Liv Morgan's going to retain it again. That's just my prediction. But I'm going with AI on this one, I guess.
Yeah, AI has to pick it, so that's what the deal is.
Yeah.
I know that when I ran because I ran ChatGPT earlier with completely different prompts and got pretty much the same stuff with the exception of the women's semi. It actually chose Bailey and Mishin to be in the final, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't see him doing that, right?
But I mean, Tiffany's kind of a baby.
No, and no, not a chance. The second you stand next to Nia Jax, you lost all baby face.
She's a fan favorite heel.
They just want her to cash in. That's the only reason why they're cheering, because they dislike Nia that much, and she's fun to watch.
She's fun to watch in the ring, though.
Right. Yeah, that too. But anyways, so the reference that it made earlier about Bailey legitimizing the title as the inaugural champion, easy for me to say.
Yeah.
I think that's valid. As much as I would love to see Chelsea Green get a title, I totally see that.
Now I could see Chelsea Green and Bailey being in the finals and then Tiffany cashing in on that.
They can't do that because they're in the semis together.
No, but I'm talking. I know what you were, or I think I might have known what you were saying, Dustin. I could see Tiffany losing the semifinals, but cashing in on the finals.
Right.
So that would mean Bailey versus Michin being in there. I could also see Tiffany wind up losing in the finals, then going and getting so upset that she grabs a chair or her Money in the Bank briefcase, starts beating her with it right after she won it, then handing the briefcase and cashing it in immediately.
Sure.
So you still get Bailey, that's the champion, the first inaugural champion, with a run of 2 minutes. And then Tiffy brings it in.
My only issue with that is you have Money in the Bank. You get to cash in on any champion whatsoever. It's you got a free set of keys to a car sitting outside.
Right.
And you're choosing the not as nice one.
She is blonde.
Reason.
The thing with Tiffany, I don't know what she's going to do. I could also see her interjecting in Io versus Liv, cashing in on that one to become the women's champion, and then trying to win the U.S. to be a double champion.
I can see
that. I could see her outright winning the U.S. championship, and then later on trying to, and maybe that's the early match, and then she tries to do the double, because then it gives her a way, if she's got a belt of the U.S. championship, and then tries to cash in to become a double and loses that match, she's still got a belt. It's not like they're burying her because they still elevated her. That's where I have no idea. I was watching that and I'm like, I was glad we were doing AI predicting this one, because I have no clue where they're going or what they're doing with anything on this. It's just I can't predict how that's going to. I do think it's going to be Bailey versus Tiffany is kind of what I think will be the match. But what that looks like, I have no clue.
As much as I like Tiffany Stratton, I just cannot imagine her walking to the ring carrying the briefcase and a belt. Especially when you have putting all those pieces on top of her, when I don't know that she needs either.
Yeah.
Right now. When you have other people that need a little extra something to kind of help boost the storylines.
Well, and that's kind of why I thought my initial thought of Bayley winning it and then something after the match happening. And maybe it's even Nia Jax comes out and beats down Bayley right after the match and then tells Tiffany to cash it in. Or maybe Nia has her cash it in her, like Tiffany's laid out, Nia just hands the briefcase over to the referee and pulls Tiffany on top, to eliminate the threat of a cash-in against herself. And also it kind of extends the feud between Nia and Bayley that's been on and off the whole time. So I like
that idea.
I like your cash-in on the Liv EO match better.
I do. I think there was one other time with the Money in the Bank that they did cash in on, and I think it was the U.S. Championship. It was the men's U.S. I can't remember who that was. Let's see. Men's Money in the Bank.
With the way that they're dragging this out, though, I do see a possibility that they kind of continue to drag this a little bit longer past WrestleMania, and then it starts to get like desperate mode, like she's only got 2 months left to cash it in or something, and then she starts cashing in trying to cash in at every single event, only to not
run out.
And then I don't know, something crazy after that. Joshy Sprouse.
It says Austin Theory used the contract to ultimately cash in on Seth Rollins.
That's right.
But it was like, a week or two later that he winds up losing to like Bobby Lashley or something like that. It was like a short-lived one. I can't remember, but so
interim Vince booking.
Yeah. And that's where I could see, I don't know. I mean, I get the whole Bayley being that veteran and bringing a prestige to the title right out the gate.
Yeah.
It also seems like a Triple H move to just make the history of it be a big schmoz, to where it's just like, what just happened? Because I don't see anybody in there that's been in that women's tournament that straight out the gate, it's like, that's the first champion. As good as Bayley is, it's like, no. Had they brought Charlotte Flair back and she ran for it, Charlotte's the winner. She's the inaugural champion. But
she's supposed to be returning soon, so then that kind of puts her more in the championship conversation, which then where's Bayley sit in that conversation? So put her in the secondary title and let that roll.
I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see what happens. I think AI gave us some funny things, and I guess we will see on Saturday how that all plays out.
Sounds good.
So, all right, you guys enjoy it. We'll be back next week on the podcast with less predictions and more just shenanigans stuff.
Shenanigans.